My wife. She snapped, "Say sorry to my son right now or we're done." I didn't argue. All right. I picked up my jacket, made one quiet call, and that's when everything stopped. I'm 42, married for 3 years, and I just learned that some ultimatums are actually gifts in disguise. They give you perfect clarity about who's really in charge and whether you should stay. I married a woman with a 14-year-old son from her previous marriage. Knew what I was getting into, or thought I did. Step-parent situation, understood there'd be challenges, expected some boundary testing. What I didn't expect was to become the villain in a story I never wanted to be part of. Last Thursday evening, I came home from work around 6:30. Normal day, nothing unusual. I walked in and saw her son's backpack thrown in the middle of the hallway, shoes kicked off blocking the doorway, jacket on the floor. This wasn't new. Kid had a habit of treating the house like a locker room. I moved the stuff to the side, hung up the jacket, put the shoes by the door, went to the kitchen where my wife was starting dinner. "Hey, can we talk to him about picking up after himself? This is getting worse, not better." She didn't look up from chopping vegetables. "He's a kid. Kids are messy. He's 14, old enough to put his shoes away. He's going through a lot. His father barely calls him. He's adjusting. Can you give him some grace?" I'm not asking him to be perfect. I'm asking him to not leave his stuff in the walkway where someone could trip. You sound like a drill sergeant. I sound like someone who lives here and would like to walk through my own home without an obstacle course. She put down the knife, turned to face me. "Your home? You mean our home, including my son." "That's not what I meant. I know what you meant. You've been nitpicking him since we moved in together. Nothing he does is good enough for you." "That's not true. I just want basic respect for shared space. He's a child. He's a teenager. There's a difference." She went back to chopping, harder than before, conversation clearly over. Her son came downstairs around 7. Dinner was ready. We sat down to eat. He was on his phone at the table, which was another ongoing issue. "Can you put that away during dinner?" I asked. He didn't look up. "I'm texting my dad." "That's fine. Just do it after dinner." "It's important." My wife jumped in. "If he's talking to his father, that takes priority. You know how rarely he reaches out. I'm not saying he can't talk to his dad. I'm saying we have a rule about phones at dinner. Rules can be flexible. They can be, but they're not if we never enforce them." Her son kept texting. Didn't eat, just sat there on his phone while we ate in silence. After dinner, I started clearing plates. Her son left his at the table, phone still in hand, went back upstairs. My wife started loading the dishwasher. "Did you see that? Didn't even bring his plate to the sink." He was upset. His dad canceled their weekend plans again. "I'm sorry that happened, but he can still bring his plate to the sink." "Why are you like this? Why can't you just let things go?" "Because if I let everything go, he learns nothing. You're not doing him favors by excusing everything. You're not his father." "I know I'm not his father, but I live here. I help pay for this house. I help pay for his food, his clothes, his phone. I think I can expect basic courtesy." There it is. You think because you help financially, you get to control him. That's not what I said. It's what you meant. I put down the dish I was holding. "I'm going for a walk." I left before it escalated further. Walked around the neighborhood for about 40 minutes. Came back calmer, ready to let it go, pick my battles better. Walked in to find her son sitting on the couch playing video games. Volume loud. I went upstairs to change. When I came back down, the volume was even louder. "Can you turn that down a bit?" He didn't respond, didn't even look at me. "Hey, I'm talking to you." Still nothing. I walked over, stood between him and the TV. "I asked you to turn it down." He looked at me with this expression of pure contempt. "Move. Turn it down first. Move. Turn it down." He stood up, getting in my face despite being 3 inches shorter. You don't tell me what to do. In this house, yes I do. This isn't your house, it's my mom's house. You just live here. My wife came in from the kitchen. What's going on? Your husband is harassing me. I asked him to turn down the volume. He refused. Because he was being a jerk about it. My wife looked at me. Were you? I asked twice politely. Then I had to stand in front of the TV to get his attention because he was ignoring me. Maybe he didn't hear you. He heard me. Her son. I didn't hear him. You heard me. You chose to ignore me. Prove it. My wife stepped between us. This is getting out of hand. Both of you calm down. I took a breath. I'm calm. I just want reasonable volume levels after 8 p.m. That's not unreasonable. Her son. You're such a control freak. What did you say? You heard me. Control freak. You want to control everything. Where I put my stuff, when I use my phone, how loud the TV is. You're not my dad. Stop acting like it. I'm not trying to be your dad. I'm trying to live in a house with basic rules. Your rules. Not mine. My wife. Okay, everyone needs to take a breath. Son, go to your room for a bit. We'll talk later. Why do I have to go to my room? He's the one with the problem. Because I'm asking you to. Please. He stomped upstairs, slammed his door. The house shook. My wife turned to me. You can't keep doing this. Doing what? Asking for basic respect? Picking fights with a 14-year-old. You're the adult. Act like it. I am acting like it. I'm setting boundaries. He's the one escalating. Because you push him. You nitpick everything he does. He feels attacked in his own home. His own home? What about my home? I don't get to feel comfortable here? You're the step-parent. It's different. How is it different? I pay half the bills. I cook, I clean, I maintain this house. But I don't get any authority because I'm not the biological parent? You get authority, but you have to earn it. And you earn it by being understanding, not by being a drill sergeant. I'm not a drill sergeant for wanting the TV turned down and shoes put away. We argued for another 20 minutes. Circular. No resolution. She went to bed angry. I slept on the couch. Friday morning, I got up early, made coffee, tried to reset. Her son came downstairs around 7:30, saw me in the kitchen, didn't say good morning, grabbed a granola bar and left for school. My wife came down shortly after. He's really upset. So am I. You're the adult. I'm also a human being. Adults have feelings too. I need you to apologize to him. For what? For last night, for embarrassing him, for treating him like he doesn't belong here. I didn't do any of those things. I asked him to turn down the TV. You made him feel small. He called me a control freak and told me this isn't my house. Who made who feel small? He's a child processing trauma. And I'm an adult processing being disrespected in my own home. Where's my understanding? She poured coffee. Just apologize. Make this right. I didn't do anything wrong. If you don't apologize, this won't get better. Apologizing when I'm not wrong won't make it better either. It'll just teach him he can talk to me however he wants and I'll back down. It's called being the bigger person. It's called being a doormat. She left for work without kissing me goodbye. First time in 3 years. Friday evening I came home to them already having dinner. They didn't wait for me. Didn't tell me they were eating early. Just the two of them at the table while my plate sat empty. Oh, we started without you. Figured you'd be late. I'm not late. I'm home at my usual time. We were hungry. I made myself a plate. Sat down. Awkward silence. Her son wouldn't look at me. My wife made small talk with him about school. I might as well not have been there. After dinner, same routine. He left his plate, went upstairs. I started cleaning. My wife, he's waiting for an apology. He can keep waiting. You're being stubborn. I'm being consistent. I didn't do anything wrong. He's my son. I know. You remind me every time we have a conflict. What's that supposed to mean? It means I'm always the outsider, always the one who has to bend, always the one who's wrong, because he's your son, and I'm just the guy who helps pay the bills. That's not fair. Isn't it? When was the last time you sided with me in a conflict with him? She thought about it, couldn't come up with an answer. Exactly. I'm always wrong, always the problem, never him, never your precious boy who can do no wrong. He's been through a lot. So have I. I lost my father last year. I'm dealing with my own grief, but I still show up. I still function. I still treat people with respect. Why doesn't he have to? Because he's a child. He's old enough to know better. You're just making excuses. We went to bed angry again. Saturday morning, it came to a head. I was in the living room reading. Her son came downstairs, dropped his laundry basket in the middle of the room, started sorting through it right there, spreading clothes everywhere. Can you do that in your room or the laundry room? I'm doing it here. There's no space. You're taking up the whole floor. Too bad. I stood up. Pick up your stuff and take it somewhere else. Make me. My wife came in. What's happening? Your son is being deliberately difficult. Your husband is harassing me again. She looked at both of us. I'm done with this. I'm so done with both of you fighting. I'm not fighting. I'm asking for basic consideration. She turned to me. Say sorry to my son right now, or we're done. I stared at her. You're giving me an ultimatum? Yes. Apologize right now for how you've treated him, or I want you out. I haven't treated him badly. I've asked him to follow basic household rules. Apologize, or leave. Her son stood there smirking. He knew he'd won, knew she'd always take his side. I picked up my jacket. All right. All right what? All right, I'm leaving, if that's what you want. Wait, you're not going to apologize? No, because I didn't do anything wrong. And if you can't see that, if you're so busy protecting him that you can't see how disrespectful he's been, then we have nothing left to talk about. You're choosing your pride over our marriage? I'm choosing my self-respect over being a doormat. There's a difference. I grabbed my phone, my wallet, my keys. Her son was still smirking. My wife looked shocked, like she'd expected me to cave. I walked out, got in my car, sat there for a minute deciding where to go. Then I made one quiet call. To my lawyer. The one who'd helped me with my father's estate last year. Hey, I need your help. I think I'm getting divorced. Update 1, I checked into a hotel Saturday afternoon. Mid-range place, clean, quiet. Exactly what I needed. Turned off my phone for a few hours to think. When I turned it back on, 17 missed calls. 12 from her, 5 from numbers I didn't recognize. I listened to her first voicemail. Where are you? Come home. We need to talk about this. Second voicemail. You can't just leave. We're married. You can't walk out during a fight. Third voicemail. Fine, stay gone. But you're being ridiculous. Fourth voicemail, different tone, crying, please come back. We can work this out. I didn't call back. Texted instead. I'm at a hotel, taking time to think. Don't call me, I'll reach out when I'm ready. Her. Which hotel? Me. Not telling you. I need space. Her. This is crazy. Come home. Me. No. Her. You're throwing away our marriage over a fight with a teenager? Me. I'm leaving a marriage where I'm constantly disrespected and you enable it. Her. He's a child. Me. And I'm an adult who deserves basic courtesy. Figure out what you value more, your son being held accountable or your marriage. You can't have both anymore. She didn't text back immediately. I ordered room service, watched TV, tried to relax. Around 10 p.m. she texted again. His father called. He's upset that I called him about this. Says he doesn't want to be in the middle. Me. Then don't put him in the middle. Her. Our son is crying. He didn't think you'd actually leave. Me. Good. Maybe he'll learn actions have consequences. Her. You're cruel. Me. I'm consistent. I told you both what I needed. Neither of you listened. This is the result. Update. 2. Sunday, my lawyer called me back. Talked to a colleague who specializes in family law. Given the circumstances, you're in a decent position if you want to separate. House is in both names? Yes. We bought it together. Joint accounts? Checking is joint. Savings are separate. Good. Here's what you should do. Document everything, every disrespectful interaction, every time she sided with him over you, every financial contribution you've made. Build a case for why this marriage isn't viable. I don't want to destroy her. I just want out with some dignity. Understood. But you need to protect yourself, especially if there's a kid involved. She could claim you abandoned them, try to go after support for him. He's not my biological child. Doesn't matter in some states if you've acted in a parental role. CYA, document everything. I spent Sunday writing down every incident I could remember. The disrespect, the enabling, the financial inequity. 3 years of trying to be a good step-parent, getting nothing but contempt in return. Monday, I went to work from the hotel. Told my boss I was dealing with a family emergency, might need some time off soon. He was understanding. My wife texted Monday afternoon. We need to talk about finances. Bills are due. Me. I'll pay my half directly to the accounts. Send me the amounts. Her. You need to come home to discuss this. Me. No. We can discuss via text or email. Her. This is childish. Me. This is me protecting my boundaries. Something I should have done from the start. Update 3 Tuesday. Her mother called me. I almost didn't answer, but figured I'd have to deal with her eventually. What are you doing to my daughter? Having boundaries. Novel concept, I know. You walked out on your family. I walked out on a situation where I was being treated like a paycheck and a villain. Those aren't the same thing. That boy needs a father figure. That boy needs accountability. And his mother needs to stop enabling his disrespect. He's been through trauma. We've all been through trauma. It doesn't give anyone the right to treat people badly. You're being cruel to a child. I'm being firm with a teenager who's been given no boundaries. There's a difference. If you don't come back, she's going to file for divorce. Then she should file. Save me the trouble. She hung up on me. An hour later, my wife texted, My mom says you're not coming back. Me. Not until some things change. Her. What things? Me. Your son needs to apologize for his disrespect. You need to acknowledge you've been enabling him. We need to establish actual rules that get enforced, and we need counseling. Her. That's asking too much. Me. That's asking for basic respect. If it's too much, then we're done. Her. You're really going to throw away 3 years over this? Me. You threw away 3 years by choosing your son's ego over our partnership. I'm just accepting your choice. Update 4. Wednesday I got served divorce papers at my office. She'd filed, claimed irreconcilable differences, requested spousal support, and, here's the kicker, child support for her son. I called my lawyer immediately. She's asking for child support for a kid that isn't mine. Did you act in a parental role? I helped with expenses, took him places, but I was never a father figure. He made that very clear. We'll fight it. Document that he rejected your authority, that she undermined your parenting attempts. Build a case that you were a financial contributor, but not a parent by her choice. I started gathering evidence. Texts where she'd told me I wasn't his father. Instances where she'd contradicted me in front of him. Her own words became my defense. Thursday, she texted. You got the papers? Me. I did. Her. We can still stop this. Me. By me coming back and accepting being treated like garbage, hard pass. Her. I never treated you like garbage. Me. You gave me an ultimatum. Apologize to your son for enforcing boundaries or get out. That's treating me like garbage. Her. I was upset. Me. And you showed me where I rank. Below your son's ego. Message received. Update 5. The divorce took 4 months. We settled out of court. She kept the house but had to refinance to buy out my equity. I kept my retirement accounts. No spousal support for either party. And, this was the big win, no child support. My lawyer presented evidence that I'd tried to be a parental figure but was actively prevented by both her and her son. That I'd been told repeatedly I wasn't his father and had no authority. That I was a financial contributor to the household, but not a parent by their choice. The judge agreed. Ruled that I had no ongoing obligation to a child who'd rejected my authority with his mother's support. Her lawyer tried to argue I was abandoning a child I'd helped raise. My lawyer countered with documented evidence of their rejection of my parenting role, including, beautifully, a text where her son had said, "This isn't your house, you just live here." Judge wasn't sympathetic to her case, especially when my lawyer showed financial records proving I'd paid more than my share of expenses while being given no authority in return. Final decree was signed last month. I'm officially divorced. She's struggling to afford the house on her own. She had to get a roommate to help with the mortgage. Heard through mutual friends that her son is worse now. No discipline, no boundaries, failing classes. She can't control him, and his father still doesn't show up. My lawyer said she called asking if I'd consider helping with expenses for him. I said no. My obligation ended when she chose his ego over our marriage. Final update. It's been 6 months since the divorce finalized. I'm in a new apartment, smaller but mine. No teenager leaving messes, no partner undermining me. Just peace. I've done some therapy, worked through the anger, realized I should have left sooner. Should have seen the red flags when she first started undermining my authority. Should have understood that "you're not his father" meant you have no value here except financially. She tried to reach out last month, left a voicemail saying she understood now what I'd been trying to do, that her son was out of control, that she needed help, that maybe we could talk. I deleted it without responding. Some people say I was too harsh, that I should have tried harder, that I gave up on a child who needed me. But here's the thing. I tried for 3 years. I tried to be supportive while maintaining boundaries. I tried to be understanding while requiring basic respect. And I was told repeatedly by both of them that I had no place, no authority, no value except as a paycheck. The ultimatum was a gift. It gave me clarity. It showed me exactly where I stood. And it gave me permission to finally walk away from a situation that was never going to improve. I don't regret leaving. I regret staying as long as I did. The quiet call I made to my lawyer set everything in motion. One call, and suddenly I had a plan, a way out, a path to protecting myself legally and financially. She thought I'd cave, thought I'd apologize, come back, accept my place as the household ATM, with no actual authority. The look on her face when I picked up my jacket and left, pure shock. She'd never considered I might actually have a backbone. Her son's smirk disappeared pretty fast when he realized I wasn't coming back. When he realized his mother couldn't afford the house alone. When he realized actions have consequences after all. I'm dating again now. Taking it slow. Making it clear from the start. I'm not a step ATM. I'm not a financial resource with no authority. If I'm going to be part of someone's life, I'm going to be a partner with actual partnership rights. And if someone ever gives me another ultimatum like that, I'll pick up my jacket even faster. Because I learned something important. When someone tells you to apologize or get out, and you know you're not wrong, getting out is the only self-respecting option. The marriage ended the moment she made me choose between my dignity and her son's ego. I just made it official.